Yes, Mahnoor, Ikra, Misbah, Sadia, any one of you, if you have read
Ma'am, it is related to the political and cultural independence
Independence, about who? Whose independence?
of subjugated people.
Okay, so can you elaborate it?
Um, mm,
It means you people haven't read the articles I shared with all of you.
And post-colonialism is a broad cultural approach to the study of power relations between different groups of cultures or people in which language, literature, and translation by play role. Translation play role. I think
Okay, anyone else?
cultural dominance, racism, questions for
Very
identity,
good, very good.
inequality,
Okay.
along with some peculiar presentation style.
Ma'am, it is the political or cultural condition of a former colony
Okay.
that is concerned with the lasting impact of.
Girls, keep this thing in mind. This lecture is recording. Okay, I am recording this lecture and I'll share it in Google Classroom. So make sure you won't have any background noise. Otherwise, either I'll remove you or I'll let you speak whatever your background people they are talking about anything. So your teachers also can hear whatever you are doing in this class. So make sure don't unmute if you are in surrounding, right?
Yes,
Still
ma'am.
I can hear background noise. Okay, so just let's wind it up clearly. Kainat is facing problem. Anmol, I really will remove you. I am already I'm getting angry at you people because you haven't read article. Those who are facing problem to connect with this class, can you people guide them to connect via audio call or via internet call? Okay. Now, post-colonialism, again, I am telling you one more time, post-colonialism is actually the post or after effect of a nation or a race after being colonized for so many years, and the impacts I mean the impact on that nation. For example, once South Asian, as I restricted you people only to talk about South Asian nation or people or culture of South Asia. Once they were colonized by British colonies, and they faced a lot of troubles. I mean, their culture was impacted, their language, everything. Even now, we are using their language. We prefer their language. Mentally, we are slaved. We consider ourselves a free nation, but we still prefer their culture, their tradition, their ideologies, their style, their everything about West. So we are mentally slaves of those nations. So post colonialism is of course the suffering and memory of those who were once colonized, and we still have impacts of that colonialism in ourselves. So you can't it is a very broad term. It you can't conclude it in 5 to 6 points or 10 to 11 points. It's a very broad. And when it comes to literature, it has no ending. I mean, like this novel, The God of Small Things, is all about post-colonialism, but in a very different aspects. I mean, you can hardly find, okay, these are the, you when you start reading it, you won't understand what is about post-colonialism, which line shows post-colonialism. But when you just go in depth and you understand the concept, even the small things, even the injustice you see. I will also share the summary of this novel with all of you, and you will see how injustice was prevailed in that state of Kerala, and how people face there. It is to some extent similar to our nation as well. I mean, we are also prejudiced. We are also trapped in caste or religious, or you can see in many ideologies. We are also trapped ourselves. We have upper class, we have lower class, we have upper caste, we have lower caste. We shouldn't, I mean, like if I am not wrong, Rajputs or Mughals or Sayyids, they are not allowed to marry in any other caste. Why? Because again, the concept of purity is always there. So these are the things that irrespective of the system, even you won't believe, West also has such type of ideologies. They are divided into two, you see, religiously they are divided in Catholic or Protestants. So the Catholics are upper class Christian and Protestant are lower class Christians.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Catholic and Orthodox, I think.
Orthodox, no, Catholic, you can't say Catholic are Orthodox, but Catholics are upper class. Okay, again, I am muting everyone. So the Catholics are upper class and hegemonic. Um, just give me a second, please. Okay. So we were talking about post-colonialism and the impacts of colonialism on South Asian nations. So the South Asian, the region of South Asia are Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka. So these are South Asian nations. They were once colonized, and they have the impact of colonialism. They were once slaves. After being after getting freedom or after being independent, they still have the impacts on their minds, in their living style, and everything. And I shared and I taught this thing earlier with you as well. So let's start this novel. But before reading the novel or before talking about this novel, I'm going to share you the post-colonial or the history of Indian culture. I mean, where the novel was placed and how it worked. So all these things we will discuss. So, The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy is a debut novel that was published in 1993. And the whole setting is in different places, but the mainly setting is in a place that is Eminem. Eminem is a place in Kerala state, India, in India. And the novel is actually, it is a bit memories, or it jumps from, if you have start reading it, it jumps from past to present. I mean, first writer is talking about present condition, and then he started telling you about past. So the events are between 1969 to 1993. What was happening there? Okay, and the book has a very complex writing styles. Remember, you have to read it very carefully, especially names of the characters. It is very difficult to understand all the names and to keep in mind everything, because you will feel difficulty then. I mean, you have to be very careful in relating the events with all these characters, and especially this is not your language, so you maybe feel difficulty in pronouncing their names, or you're not familiar with Indian culture. I'm going to unmute all of you after a few minutes, and then you have to tell me, have you ever read any Indian novel before, or are you familiar with Indian politics or Indian culture or their caste system? Just let me complete the introduction of a novel, and then I'll unmute you people. So the writing style is complex. Why? Because of the complex culture, and of course the language that writer has used, and she constructed relationship and the course of event in such a complex manner that it is hardly you can identify what is happening here, and then you need to identify as well the impact of post-colonialism on this particular situation. I mean, the on the novel or writer's background and this state of Kerala. So it is not that much tough as I am explaining, but I want you to read it carefully. I mean, you must have a pencil or a pen in your hand, and you need to identify and underline all the important details. Okay, so the internal struggle of post-colonial in India is presented in this novel, and they are inherited socio-economic and class struggles, because India is a very vast has a vast states. I mean, India has 28 states, whereas Pakistan we have only 5 provinces. So they have 28 states, and they are still struggling to be 29. So they have various languages. Each state has its own language. So if each state has its own main language, so as you are familiar, the dialects and the language changes after 40 kilometers. So you can have idea how much difficult it is to keep the things in mind. I mean, it is really hard to understand or to have grip on all the languages. Okay, then before preceding this novel, let's discuss the important facts about India that I want you all to know. India is mainly a Hindu culture, okay, as you all are familiar that they are Hinduism, but they also accept minority. I mean, they also accept Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism, and it is visible through their flag, the colors of their flag as well. Okay, so there are also coexist a caste system of touchable and untouchable. Touchable, you must be familiar with Shudar or Brahman. So they have caste. Brahmans, I can recall a few caste system. They divided the Hinduism is divided into 4 type of caste: Brahman, Khishtri, Shudar. One is missing. I try to recall what was the last one, but Brahmans are those who are very sacred, like we have mullahs in our country. So they have, but they are very conservative in their ideologies. I mean, Brahmans are only allowed to go to mandir or to perform the worships or to perform their religious obligations. But shuders are those who are, you can see, the neech zaat or choti zaat. So they are not allowed. Even if you touch a shudar, you have to purify yourself with the water of Ganga. The Ganga water is their sacred water. So the shuders are the lowest caste, and Brahmans are the upper caste, and Khishtri they are between them. So they are trapped in this culture system, because you will feel and you will read in this novel the cultural system as well. Post-colonial, to me, post-colonialism is that you are, for example, you are Pakistani, but you are influenced by Western culture. So you come up with a different identity, a different culture, that is the mixture of West or East, but not in a proper shape or a proper form, but it makes you feel inferior before Western culture. So it's something, I have an example that it's something when you try to pose something else, that I mean, you lose your originality, you lose your purity, your pure sense, and you become someone else, but you are not that one. Earlier, when I was teaching you about post-colonialism, I told you that if a person who is born at America, but he belongs to Pakistan, I mean, his parents belongs to Pakistan, who will accept that person? Neither American nor Pakistani. So he'll be some in between. He is not Pakistani, he is not America, even though you people coined this term that he is Pakistani American, but still there is no term Pakistani American. It is coined by us. We migrant have coined this term. So technically he is in between, neither he is Pakistani nor American, so who he is? So the question of identity is raised. Similar thing happens when we post colonial, we colonized people, we were once colonized and we got influence of American culture or Western culture. So neither we are Pakistani now in internally, I mean in, you can say, our thinking, no, neither we are Pakistani nor we are British or American. Even now, nowadays we are using continuously foreign slangs or foreign languages in our language. I mean, first we followed British language. Now we are adding American language. So you people must be in trouble while pronouncing. For example, there is a word schedule, schedule, schedule. Okay, this British pronunciation is schedule, but American pronunciation is schedule. So what to pronounce? And you, I mean, I really most of the time I'm tired what to use, what is authentic and which is not authentic. um, I am going to unmute again all of you, please. This time follow the rule, don't sit in a noisy background, because I believe you must have question and you really want to add something, and I have to end this lecture before 11. I know you have lecture with Miss Hina, so I'll try to complete it before 11. Okay, so if you have question you can ask me, then I'll move forward.
No, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm okay, perfect. um, okay, now I'm going to read it. I'm going to share with you people history, constitutional history of India as well, because as you people mentioned, this novel is also about political structure as well. So the constitutional law was passed in 1950 to ban discrimination against untouchable, as we see in this novel. Now I have shared that they are trapped in class system, and Shudra, they are Shudra or the low caste people are untouchable. If you, I mean, if you touch them, you have to purify yourself. It's like it's a myth in Pakistani culture. If a lizard, if you touch a lizard, you have to purify yourself. So to take it that the Shudra, they consider Shudra as a lizards, so they have to purify themselves. But there is there, then in 1950 they introduced, I mean, of course, then Shudras took step, I mean, they forwarded at that time, and they pledged to give them the right to live in a free country. So in 1950 Indian constitution was changed, and it allows to give respect to these Shudras, or to accept them in all the important places, or to allow them to go to mandir. So do you get the idea of Shudar or this caste system that prevailed in India? Even though it is prevailing, even though Constitution has freed, Constitution has given them right, yet they are trapped. Why? Because they are mentally born. So you need to keep this thing in mind. You are captured by mind. Okay, your body is captured by mind. Whatever you want to believe, or whatever your mind tells you, you do the same. So these Shudar were
मैम
like
वो खुद
this.
तो जाना चाहती होंगे, लेकिन जो उनकी मैम गवर्नमेंट होगी वो उनको फिर सोर्सेज ही नहीं
बेटा
देती होगी, वो
देखें,
कैसे जाए फिर मंदिर में?
मैं आपको यही कह रही हूँ ना, इवन दो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज गिवन देम राइट, आई मीन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने आपको कह दिया हुआ है दैट यू आर इक्वल, ओके, यू हैव 100% राइट
यस मैम।
whatever you want to do. लेकिन आपको ब्राह्मण ऊपर बैठा है, वो आपको नहीं जाने देता. ब्राह्मण नेवर अलाउ यू टू गो टू चर्च और टू सॉरी मंदिर्स. ठीक है, सो प्रैक्टिकली इट इज नॉट completed yet. ठीक है, अच्छा, इसकी मैं आपको एक मजे की एग्जांपल देती हूँ. The concept of racism is very much recorded at America and Australia, right? In America, it was their 13th, it was 13 amendment in America, यानी कि उनके constitution में जो 13वीं amendment हुई थी ना, it was to abolish slavery and racism. ठीक है, slavery को खत्म कर
यस
दिया गया
मैम।
था, racism को खत्म कर दिया. Do you believe, if you keep in mind the current scenario, I mean, few days back, you must have encountered a lot of racist actions that are prevailing in America on the basis of color and caste or nation or religion, and people started posting on social media about these incident as well. So they,
मैम उसी
even though Mhm.
मैम
मैम
उनकी
उस मैम उस
मेंटेलिटी
तरीके
उनकी मेंटेलिटी ही
मेंटेलिटी
वैसी बनी हुई है।
एग्जैक्टली वो मेंटली
उनकी
ऐसे बन चुके हैं
सोच,
एंड वी आर मेंटली
गवर्नमेंट ने
स्लेव्स।
उनकी सोच तो नहीं चेंज की ना, गवर्नमेंट ने
गवर्नमेंट
तो सिर्फ एक
एग्जैक्टली
लॉ पास
दिस,
कर दिया है।
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
पर
यही चीज मैं आपको बता रही हूँ कि इस नॉवल के अंदर भी आप यही चीज फेस करोगे कि इवन दो दे आर फ्री, आई मीन लो कास्ट इज फ्री टू ऑपरेट वट एवर इट वांट्स, yet people don't accept it, people don't want them to be equal to them। ठीक है, तो ये हम भी ऐसे हैं, डोंट ब्लेम अदर्स, वी आर ऑल सेम।
यस
अगर
मैम,
कोई एक गरीब आदमी अमीर होके आपके पास आके बैठा है तो आप उसको वो रिस्पेक्ट नहीं दोगे जो कि आप बॉर्न रिच को दोगे। व्हाई? बिकॉज यू नो दैट पर्सन वाज वंस इन अ लोअर स्टैंडर्ड देन यू पीपल। ठीक है, तो हम सारे मेंटली, ये जो पोस्ट colonialism है, इट इज also to
मेंटली
more, I
स्लेवरी।
mean to larger extent, yes it is mentally slavery, basically it is influence। so influence किस पे होता है? आपकी बॉडी पे होता है, आपकी आपके लिविंग स्टाइल पे होता है, आपकी सोच पे होता है। ठीक है, सो एंड देन यू डिस्क्राइब इट एंड देन यू फाइट विद इट थ्रू लैंग्वेज, थ्रू कल्चर, थ्रू पावर। ठीक है, फिर वो डिफरेंट वे में आप इसको खत्म करते हो, इसको एड्रेस करते हो। तो इसी तरह आपको ये डिफरेंट नॉवेल्स मिलते हैं, जैसे ये गॉड ऑफ स्मॉल थिंग अरुंधति रॉय का है। इसी तरीके से पाकिस्तानी नॉवेल्स बहुत सारे हैं। फॉर
मैम इनके
एग्जाम्पल
थ्रू
अगर
वो
आप हाँ, यस
मैम
प्लीज गो
इनके
अहेड।
थ्रू वो अवेयरनेस तो फैलाते हैं लेकिन फिर भी उसका कुछ इफेक्ट तो नहीं होता। मैम चेंज तो नहीं हो सकते उनके राइट्स, ना उनकी जो माइंड में कॉन्सेप्ट है स्लेवरी का, ना वो चेंज हो सकते हैं।
लेकिन कम से कम वो उस इशू को सामने ले आते हैं। ठीक है, अब जैसे आपके सामने भी मैं एक इशू लेके आ गई हूँ, दैट यू पीपल आर मेंटली स्लेव्स। डू यू रिमेम्बर वी इन द लास्ट लेक्चर वी डिस्कस्ड post colonialism, again a new colonial era, that you people are colonized by Chinese? You
यस
people were
मैम।
not accepting that thing, but then when we compared it, you realize yes that is the case। ठीक है, तो हम आज भी, अब मैं आपको अवेयरनेस दे चुकी हूँ, now you will think differently, no you won't think the same way you have once thought। ठीक है, अब आपके आइडियाज चेंज हो गए हैं। Okay, so let's move to it। uh, have you gone through the summary or reading of this novel? Do you have any idea, The God of Small Things? Okay, I will tell you this introduction of this novel as well। Okay, so there is a character, Vultha. Vultha in this novel, Vultha is untouchable. I mean, Vultha is Shudar and I family. It is upper class family. It is touchable. So you will see now. Start thinking about who has background noise. Kindly mute yourself. It's okay. You need to unmute yourself when you have question. Otherwise, stay muted।
मैम नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर का क्या नाम बताया? वो था दूसरी।
मैं आगे आगे आपको इस स्लाइड के अंदर दिखा देती हूँ, ये स्लाइड भी मैं शेयर कर दूंगी। ठीक है,
यस मैम।
everyone kindly mute yourself, only unmute when you have any question। I don't know who has background noise, can you please mute yourself everyone? I am still okay, let me see। Okay, it was, now I will name the person as well who has this background noise। Okay, let's move forward। So the same thing, that constitution has given them right, I mean touchable, there is no caste system or there is no such touchable or untouchable concepts, yet people won't accept it। Okay, they still are divided into various castes। Okay, and then this cultural domination was very strong in Eminem. Eminem is a place where this novel took place, where all the characters were born and then they ended there. Eminem. Okay, and then So this novel is actually a complex mixture of reality or different ideas that grow into a chaotic society, into a chaotic Indian nation, in which you will uh, also found sexual relationships or relationship or sexual assault. I mean, there are character who faced molestation as well, the deaths as well. So you can see, you will also face um, Marxist concept as well. Basically the political the community that is very much in upper hand in this novel is communism, that was against capitalism, of course. Okay, and then you will see how the relationships went in a very wrong way, and how they were perceived in a wrong manner, and then the aftermath of having relationship with untouchable or touchable. I mean, you watched few Indian movies based on caste system? I remember there was a movie. Um, Let me recall the name. Uh,
Lagan, ma'am.
I haven't watched Lagan. Okay, so now let's move to, I guess, the summary of this movie. This, by the way, this novel is adopted in a movie. I'll try to find uh, the link of that movie, and I want all of you to watch it. Who of you is fond of watching movies?
All of us, ma'am.
Okay, all of you.
मैम आप
Very
लिंक
good.
लिंक भेज दें, मैं फिर वो कर दूंगी, भेज दूंगी.
Yes, I'll share the link with all of you, and then you people watch it and enjoy it.
Okay.
Okay, now let me share the story of this novel, and meanwhile I'll also introduce the characters. Okay, as you see, this is a novel written by Arundhati Roy, most about colonialism, the god of a small things. It also has uh, bibli- uh, I mean, this. I'll ask you at the end, who is the god of a small thing, and what does it mean? How this phrase is coined? And it also has. Um, you can see the influence. This term was actually taken from Greek mythology. Okay, so who is Arundhati Roy? Arundhati Roy was an Indian writer. Okay, she born on in 1961. Her mother was Christian. Her father was Bengali. Kainat Zubair. You are not speaking. You are not even participating. So why don't you stay muted? Okay, so you see, her Arundhati Rai, her mother was a Christian. Okay,
Ma'am, I
and
have
her,
an issue with
yes.
the audio system, so
So
I
it's
don't know
okay.
what to.
Okay, now I have muted you. Stay muted. No problem. Okay, and her father is Bengali. So mother is from different culture and religion. Father is from different culture and religion, and it influences on Arundhati in a different way. Okay, and when she was 1 year old, her parents split. I mean, they separated. So you can see her biography. It's sort of, she herself says that it's sort of autobiography. I mean, she belongs to a broken family system with the various cultures, I mean, with different religion. So you can see how her personality was emerged. I mean, do you think it is to some extent similar to post colonial theory like different cultures or languages or religion emerged a person, I mean make a person in and brought him up in a different way. So she is also she faced all these things. Okay, so how to read a novel. Basically, this novel, this lecture is about to give you idea how to read it. So you have to keep this thing in mind. What is the setting of this novel, or what are the settings? How many places this novel was? Uh, uh, this novel had mentioned, and characters or the plot was evolved. I mean, whether it is, as I mentioned, one is Eminem, and what are the others. So identify the settings, and then what is the plot, or what are the plots, themes. Okay, how many themes this novel contain. Personal connection. Now the personal connection is the connection with writer, author, and connection with characters. What are these characters? What are the main character, major character, minor character, influence of character, who is changing the plot, who is playing role in formalizing everything. So you have to identify what are the symbols and what are the motives. And of course the tone. What is the tone, in which tone the novel is described, the in which tone the novel is written, whether it has one tone or more than one tones, whether it is soft tone or it is hard. Do you familiar with these concepts of elements? Can
Yes,
anyone
ma'am.
tell me?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
you people are, so I don't need to elaborate more.
Yes, ma'am.
नो
Okay.
मैम थोड़ा सा समझा तो दें.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Setting is a place when your plot is where your plot is constructed. Okay. For example, which places are involved in this story? One place is Eminem, and the other place, and other there are two other places where the two children, I mean the kids, that the story is actually about two kids, twin kids, brother and sister. The siblings, they first were together at Eminem, and then they moved to different cities, and then they came back to Eminem. So there are three settings. Okay, these are the setting, how the plot is constructed and where the plot is constructed. Plot is story of events. How many plot, I mean story, a story of event contain a plot, simple contain a structure that is proper beginning, middle, and end. Okay, and then it has different plots. One plot is about another, I mean all these plots then come together at one point, and then you have new ideas. A plot has a setup as well. So you have to identify how many plots, or is there a one plot or more than one plots in this story. Because you can see in this story you have chunks of details, I mean back forth details, history to present, past to present, present to past, and then story of all the characters. So you need to identify the plot, that is timeline of story. You can see themes are the major element in any novel or a story or a drama even. In literature, themes play a very important role because they are the to some extent you can say these are the main event or main idea of the particular uh, writings. For example, in God of Small Thing, the major theme can you can say is post colonialism, and then you divide it into minor themes, I mean the small ideas, main ideas on which the story is evolved and story is revolved. These themes make a story stronger. It has post colonialism, it has racism, it has identity crisis. Okay, it has caste system, it has socio political economic system. So there are a lot of themes in this novel. Personal connections. Now personal connection is very simple, I mean the connection writer has with all these characters or the place or the story or the nation or any other thing that writer herself once witnessed. Or personal connection of characters among themselves. And then characters are mainly divided into two types, minor and major. And then you need to identify the major are those who pay who perform any role to make story stronger or to evolve the plot, or they have ability to change a plot. These are the major character, like hero or heroine. Okay, and then there are minor character whose presence doesn't affect on a story. I mean, if the minor character is present, or if the minor character is not present, it won't affect the story. So to some extent you can call them extras. Okay, and then there are symbols and motifs. Symbol and motifs are those they can be shown through language, or they can also be shown through particular uh, what I can say, particular slang or idiom or literary devices. So in this way, writer wants to tell you something else. You must have read Chaucer. Okay, you have read prologue to the Canterbury Tales, in which
Yes,
there
ma'am.
was a character, wife of Bath, and a nun. You see
Yes,
how
ma'am.
Chaucer has
Yes, ma'am.
mentioned hypocrisy of a nun by telling you the way she carry herself. How she carries herself: she had a broad forehead. And if you have ever seen the costume of a nun, they cover their forehead with the folded white cloth. They are not allowed to show their forehead. But the nun of church, that in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, she showed her forehead. Even she also used brooch. Now the nuns, or these sacred ladies who sacrificed herself for church, they are not allowed to decorate themselves, or they are not allowed to use jewelries or ornaments to decorate or to attract the attention of others. But
I
the
mean, a
nun
style
of
way.
Chaucer, yeah, it was you can call it a satire, but how he mentioned this satire, I mean, how he presented the real character by using symbols or motif.
By using
Okay,
irony.
so the yes, by using irony, by using particular language. Okay, so these are the symbol. For example, if a man has an insect in this novel, the major the title is the god of a small things. And who is the god of a small thing? There is a person in a novel who collects small things. Okay, and then when you start reading this novel, you will see writer is paying attention to minor events, to minor objects, insects, or details. So these are very symbolic in a sense. Why these all details are symbolic? Because the title is very much relevant. Then you have to identify who is the god of a small thing, and why he is the god of a small things, and what are these small things, and what does this term mean. So everything is presented through particular symbols and motifs. Is it clear? यानी वो
Yes, ma'am.
ऐसे अल्फाज और ऐसे सिंबल्स और इमेजेस को यूज करते हैं कि आपको वो एक आइडिया दे. सो हाउ डू यू आइडेंटिफाई दिस टेक्स्ट इज अबाउट पोस्ट colonialism? Because this text has racism. How do you know this text has racism? Because when you start reading it, you will see upper class is suppressing lower class. So the suppressing, how do you know upper class is suppressing lower class? Then you will read, there is a character from lower class, Volta. He tortured by a false accusation of kidnapping kids. And who accused Volta? A lady from upper class, and she
मैम
gave money. जी बेटा.
मैम उनके वे ऑफ टॉकिंग से हम ना ये जाने कि ये किस तरह
Exactly.
स्टाइल कर रहे हैं.
उनका वे ऑफ
और
टॉकिंग होगा, उनकी लैंग्वेज होगी, वो राइटर ने लैंग्वेज ऐसे यूज की होगी, एक सिनेरियो बन चुका होगा, कॉन्टेक्स्ट होगा. सो सिंबल्स एंड मोटिव्स, ये जरूरी नहीं है कोई वर्ड हो, ये सिचुएशन भी हो सकती है. ये किसी भी तरीके से आपको आइडिया मिल जाता है कि इसके अंदर कौन कौन से सिंबल्स यूज हुए हैं. ठीक है, और फिर हम उसको फर्दर अपनी थीम से रिलेट करके एनालाइज करेंगे. एंड देन टोन मीन्स how the story is narrated, described, whether you have a sharp tone, whether it is satirical, ironical, simple, soft, complex. ठीक है, ये अब आपने देखना है कि ये किस तरीके का की टोन होती है आपकी पिच ऑफ योर वॉइस. ठीक है, इन राइटिंग यू वोंट हैव पिच ऑफ योर वॉइस बट यू यूज लैंग्वेज इन सच अ वे दैट इट फील्स यू, आपको पिंच कर जाती है. अब देखे ना, अब एक कैरेक्टर है वो खाम खा उस पे इल्जाम लगाया गया और वो टॉर्चर हुआ और फिर उसकी डेथ भी हो गई है. तो इसमें टोन और आगे से वो राइटर कहता है बट इट हैपन्स, या राइटर उसको जो है ना बड़े सेटेरिकल वे में लिखता है. सो द लोअर क्लास मीट्स इट्स ओन जस्टिस. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर वो इस तरह की बात करता है कि लोअर क्लास जो है ना वो अपने इंसाफ को पहुंची, तो क्या ये इंसाफ था? ऑफ कोर्स इट इजंट. सो ये क्या था? ये सेटेरिकल टोन चूज की गई है. ठीक है, जरूरी नहीं है एक टेक्स्ट के अंदर एक टोन हो, एक टेक्स्ट के अंदर वेरियस टोन्स भी हो सकती हैं. इट डिपेंड्स सिचुएशन टू सिचुएशन. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now there is a plot overview and then we'll read the summary for you all. What is the plot overview? Plot, as I mentioned, it is the series of events. So I am sharing the series of events, how they happened. So the events of the God of Small Things are revealed, as I mentioned, in a fragmentary manner, like back and forth, 1969 to 1993. Like the writer is first telling you about present and then past and then present, and so the characters are actually recalling their events. The story focused on a 7 years old twin, Estha and Rahil. Okay, Rahil is a girl, Estha is a male boy. They are twins. They born by single mother. Sorry, by same mother. They are, and same father. So they are siblings with real bloodline, and they are twins. And they live with their mother. Her name is Ammu, and their grandmother's name is Mamachi. And their uncle, I mean maternal uncle Mamu, is Chaku, and their great aunt Baby Kochama. So you have to keep these characters in mind. It is hard to memorize them and hard to recall them. Okay, and then this is the story. The main. These are the main characters who the story is actually revolving around these characters, their lifestyle, how they are working, and how they came back again at Eminem. So the marriage relations of Papachi and Mamachi. I mean, Papachi and Mamachi is the one grandmother, and then she has further generations, and they have the major factory that is Paradise Pickles and Preserves, and then death of uh, Papachi and Mamachi, blindness of Mamachi. This is the story. Okay, now before I share you the character, first let me recall a story, or first I'll tell you the characters, and then I'll end this lecture. At which time you have lecture with Miss Hina?
Yes, ma'am. 11 बजे होना है
Ma'am,
उनका
11
लेक्चर.
to 12.
Okay, then I'll end quickly. Okay. So
Okay,
you
ma'am.
can see the characters. There is a character Baby Kochama. Okay, and she has a son, Papachi and Mamachi. Papachi and Mamachi has two kids. Ammu, a female, Chaku, a male. Ammu is a sister, Chaku is a brother. Ammu married to Baba, and they both have two kids, Astha and Rahil. They are twins. Okay. Chaku married to Margaret. Chaku and Margaret have a girl, Sophie, right? And then Chaku divorced Margaret, and Margaret remarried to another person, Joe. Okay, it is simple, right? Isn't it?
Ma'am, I don't get it.
मैम ये बेबी
Okay,
पजामा
yes,
कौन है?
you have
Their
to pay.
names are funny.
Baby Kochama is actually, yeah, because okay, I am so sorry, even I didn't mention it. The story is about Malayalai culture. It is Malayalam story, right? Kerala, it is a state in a Kerala, so that's why the names are bit different. Baby Kochama is the founder of a family Okay, who has a son, Papachi? Papachi married to Mamachi. Mamachi and Papachi, they have two kids, Ammu and Chaku. ठीक है, ओके, आई एक्सप्लेन इन उर्दू. बेबी कोचामा जो है वो बड़ी ग्रैंड मदर है जो इसकी सरबराह है. बेबी कोचामा के का एक बेटा है जिसका नाम है पपाची. पपाची जो है उसकी शादी होती है एक लेडी के साथ, उसका नाम है ममाची. पपाची और ममाची के आगे दो बच्चे होते हैं, अम्मू और चाकू. अम्मू लड़की है, चाकू लड़का है. ठीक है, अम्मू जो है उसकी शादी होती है एक बंदे के साथ जिसका नाम है बाबा. बाबा और अम्मू के आगे दो बच्चे फिर होते हैं जिसका नाम है राहिल और एस्ता. ये दोनों हैं ट्विंस. चाकू की शादी होती है मार्गरेट के साथ. चाकू और मार्गरेट की एक बेटी है जिसका नाम है सोफी. चाकू को और मार्गरेट की आपस में नहीं बनती, इनकी डाइवोर्स हो जाती है, तो मार्गरेट जाके जॉ से शादी कर लेती है. ठीक है, क्लियर?
यस मैम.
इसको थोड़ा सा आप
Yes,
पढ़ते
ma'am.
वक्त पूरी देखिएगा. ओके.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
the story is, the center of the story is a wealthy on Syrian Christian family. The family that is living in Emanam, a town in Kerala in India. ठीक है, ये इंडिया की जो एक स्टेट है केरला, वहां रहते हैं, वहां मलयालाई रहते हैं. ये है मलयालम लैंग्वेज. ठीक है, ये उसकी सारी स्टोरी है. Old twins. The story is about 7 years old twin Estha and Rahil who live with their mother Amu, their grandmother Mamachi, and their uncle चाकू एंड देयर ग्रेट आंट बेबी कोचामा. ठीक है, ये जो दो बच्चे हैं इसमें देखिए बाबा का जिक्र नहीं है. व्हाई? बिकॉज बाबा एंड अमू दे हैड अ वेरी बैड मैरिटल रिलेशनशिप. बाबा वंस जो इसमें है ना बाबा, he was drunk, he wasn't a good man. He had beaten Amu several times, and when he asked Amu to go and have to sleep with one of his friends, but Amu said it is illegal, I wouldn't accept your offer, and then he beated her a lot. So she left him and she moved back to Emanam. सारे ये पहले एमनम में रहते हैं. ठीक है, उसके बाद अम्मू और चाकू की शादी हो जाती है तो ये चले जाते हैं. लेकिन जब अम्मू का रिलेशनशिप बाबा के साथ बहुत खराब हो जाता है, यानी बाबा को कहते हैं जाओ और मेरे दोस्त के साथ सो जाओ, आई मीन टू हैव सेक्स विद माय फ्रेंड, हाउ कुड शी एक्सेप्ट इट, तो वो उसको छोड़ के दोबारा एमनम आ जाती है अपने बच्चों को लेके. क्लियर?
यस मैम.
बेबी कोचा, इनकी एक फैक्ट्री है दैट इज पैराडाइज पिकल एंड प्रिजर्व्स. बेबी कोचामा इज अ बिटर जेलस ओल्ड वुमन who loved an Irish missionary. चाकू went to Oxford. अच्छा, अब बेबी कोचामा जो है ना वो बड़ी वेल्दी और एक बड़ी अच्छी एक स्ट्रॉन्ग और लेकिन एक जेलस औरत है जो लोगों को, why? Because you will see further she won't accept relationship of Ammu with a lower caste person बोलता. ठीक है. अच्छा, अब चाकू जो है, चाकू मूव टू ऑक्सफोर्ड, वहां वो मार्गरेट से मिलता है. मार्गरेट अंग्रेज है, उससे शादी कर लेता है. उनकी एक बेटी पैदा होती है सोफी, एंड देन they because they again belong to different cultures, so they couldn't stay together. और मार्गरेट जो है वो जो है उसका अफेयर चल जाता है जॉ के साथ. सो शी लीव्स चाकू. अब चाकू भी दोबारा कहाँ आ चुका है? चाकू इज अगेन एट एमनम. अम्मू बाबा को छोड़ के एमनम आ गई है, चाकू मार्गरेट को छोड़ के एमनम आ गए, लेकिन अपनी बेटी को ले आए और वो अपने बच्चों को ले आए. सो दीज थ्री किड्स इन राहिल, एस्था एंड सोफी, दे आर नाउ एट एमनम विद ममाची एंड बेबी कोचामा. ठीक हो गया?
मैम
जी.
मैम बेसिकली ना यहाँ पे ये बता रहे कि किस तरह डिफरेंट कल्चर के पीपल एक दूसरे से शादी करके फिर कैसे माइग्रेट होकर आते हैं, इस तरह बताना चाह रहे हैं ना यहाँ.
मैम फिर उनके जो
नहीं नहीं, इस तरह से नहीं है. इट्स समथिंग, हाँ ये आप कह सकते हैं. यस, व्हेन दे मैरिड टू डिफरेंट इन अ डिफरेंट कल्चर्स, दे वोंट एक्सेप्ट इट, दे कैंट एक्सेप्ट इट, सो इट हैपेंस. ठीक है, डिफरेंस, यू कैंट एक्सेप्ट डिफरेंसेस, सो दे मूव्ड टू different words, but why? Because they belong to the something else, so they went back. ठीक है, यानी वो different कल्चर्स को फॉलो करते थे. उन्होंने वो उस कल्चर से निकले जरूर, ठीक है, लेकिन मेंटली तो वो उस कल्चर का पार्ट थे ना. सो दे केम बैक अगेन एट एमएम, यानी वो एमएनएम से छोटे शहर से निकल के वो बड़े शहर में तो गए, लेकिन वो एडजस्ट नहीं हो सके क्योंकि उनकी आदत और वो सारी चीजें डिफरेंट होती हैं. तो वो फिर वापस अपनी जो भी सिचुएशन रही है तो वापस आ गए. ठीक है. अच्छा, उसके अलावा इसके अंदर हमारे पास एक कम्युनिज्म का बहुत बड़ा एक रहा है, यानी कि इसके अंदर सोशियो पॉलिटिकल जो हमारे कंडीशन रही है वो है कम्युनिज्म। ओके, देन देयर इज अ कैरेक्टर अनटचेबल। ठीक है, अनटचेबल कौन है? शूदर टाइप, हुज नेम इज वलुथा। ही इज अ यंग मैन हु वर्क्स फॉर चाकू and is beloved by the twins who are the twins Estha and Rahil। ठीक हो गया। The main action centers around Sophie Mole's visit to Eminem. Joe dies in an accident and Chaco invites Margaret कोचामा टू एमनम फॉर द हॉलीडेज। अब क्या होता है कि मार्गरेट जो है शी लेफ्ट चाकू फॉर जो, बट जो डाइड, दैट्स व्हाई चाकू इनवाइटेड मार्गरेट टू कम बैक टू हिम अगेन। ठीक है, यानी जो, अब इस थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स है लेकिन बहुत सिंपल समझ आ जाएगा कि चाकू की जो बीवी थी उसका अफेयर चल गया था जो के साथ, जो मर गया। चाकू क्योंकि एमनम आ चुका था तो वो मार्गरेट को भी एमनम बुला लेता है। ठीक है, और मार्गरेट के साथ मार्गरेट भी आ गई है। अब ये सारे कैरेक्टर्स जहां से निकले थे वहां वापस आ चुके हैं। जो सोफी है वो किसकी कजन है? वो कजन है इस्ता और राहील की। ये स्टोरी स्टार्ट होती है जब सोफी की डेथ हो जाती है। एक्चुअली दीज 3 किड्स वर ट्राइंग टू गो टू अ हिस्ट्री हाउस बाय बोट। ठीक है, वो एक कश्ती से जाने की कोशिश करते हैं लेकिन वो कश्ती डूब जाती है और जो सोफी है वो मर जाती है। अब जब सोफी मर जाती है और इसी दौरान बेबी को चमा नोज अम्मू हैज सेक्सुअल अफेयर विद वुल्था। अब अम्मू जो थी वो बाबा को छोड़ के आ चुकी थी, बट शी स्टिल हैज नीड्स। ठीक है, टू सेटिस्फाई हर सेक्सुअल इंटरेस्ट या हर सेक्सुअलिटी, शी नीड टू सेटिस्फाई इट, और मे बी शी नीड्स लव, कोई भी रीजन हो सकते हैं, बट शी हैज ए लीगल रिलेशनशिप विद अ पर्सन ऑफ अनटचेबल कास्ट। ठीक है, एक शूदर के साथ उसका जो है ना वो चल जाता है अफेयर। तो अब देखे ना, अब अपर क्लास है, उन्होंने अगर डायरेक्ट अगर उन्होंने कह दिया कि वुल्था कामू के साथ रिलेशनशिप है जो कि अच्छा नहीं है और उसको जेल में डलवा देंगे तो उन पे बातें होंगी। सो दे ट्राई टू ट्रैप इट। जैसे ही इधर से सोफी की डेथ होती है तो बेबी को चामा एक प्लान बनाती है। शी सेज वोल्था किडनैप्ड एस्था एंड राहील and he was responsible for Sophie's death। ठीक है, इस तरह उस पे इल्जाम लगा के उसको जेल में डलवा देती है। पुलिस वाला जो होता है वो उसको उसको मारता है, बहुत ज्यादा मारता है, इतना मारता है कि वो मर जाता है। Meanwhile, the inspector realized that the Volta he was innocent, क्योंकि वो बच्चे जो है ना वो बता देते हैं कि वो खुद गए थे। ठीक है, but he couldn't do anything। Why? Because upper class जो है वो suppress कर देती है लोअर क्लास को, और
लोअर
इससे कि
क्लास
तो
को।
अपना नाम बचा लेते हैं। ठीक हो गया। अच्छा, इस दौरान एक और इंसिडेंट भी होता है। वंस दे वर टुगेदर फॉर डिनर एंड टू वॉच अ मूवी दैट इज द साउंड ऑफ म्यूजिक वेयर Estha is a boy who is molested by a man, a wanderer basically। वो जो ऑरेंज ड्रिंक, लेमन ड्रिंक मैन, ये जो बेचते रहते हैं ना पॉपकॉर्न या जूसेस वगैरह, इस तरह का होता है। वो उसके साथ उसको मोलेस्टेड इज उसको सेक्सुअली असॉल्ट करता है। ठीक है, एस्था को। तो उसमें वो ये भी आपको दिखा रहे हैं ना कि अपर क्लास इज नॉट अ स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लास, इवन दो दे ट्राई टू बी वेस्टर्न, they tried to westernize themselves but they weren't सक्सेसफुल। उनके अपने फ्लॉज भी होते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू उनके, लेकिन फ्लॉ किस तरह छुप जाते हैं ड्यू टू देयर वेल्थ और देयर द वे दे शो ऑफ देमसेल्व्स। ठीक है, तो और उन मॉरली वो वीक होते हैं। इसमें आपको बहुत कुछ दिखाया गया है कि सेपरेट सोसाइटी, जो सेपरेट या सिंगल पेरेंट्स होते हैं उनके बच्चे कैसे सफर करते हैं। ठीक है, और ये एक बिगर क्लास है वो कैसे सफर करती है। ये
मैम जैसे
मॉडर्निटी।
डिवोर्स हो गई है, मैम जैसे डिवोर्स हो गया पेरेंट्स में, उसका इफेक्ट्स बच्चों पर भी तो बनता है, पड़ता है मैम।
बिल्कुल,
जो वो
इसीलिए
ऐसा
तो
था,
देखें ना, अब देखें मैं अब देखें, अब बाबा और अम्मू दे सेपरेटेड। बाबा उसको, अम्मू बाबा को छोड़ के अपने बच्चों को लेके तो आ गई है।
यस
अब नो शी इज इन्वॉल्व विद इन वोल्था। अब वो और वोल्था हो गए और बच्चे अपने मुंह सर अपना कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो अब उनके साथ फिर यही होता है एंड नो
I'm
वन।
waiting for that.
हाँ, just give me 2 minutes, I'll just end this summary and then I'll share this lecture with you। ठीक है, तो
ओके मैम।
ये इसमें इसकी जो है एक समरी है कि इसमें वो जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो कॉम्प्लेक्स है अपने आप में ही. नो वन अंडरस्टैंड्स एनीवन. ठीक है, नो वन अंडरस्टैंड्स अम्मू. अम्मू की भी तो फीलिंग्स है, वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड हर. ठीक है, इसी तरीके से ईस्था एंड राहिल, दे नीड अटेंशन, दे हैव डिजायर, वी शुड एड्रेस देम. तो इस सारे में ये सारी चीजें हमें मिल रही होती हैं. अच्छा, नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, द ट्विन सिस्टर. अब जो ट्विंस, अब क्या होता है, अम्मू चली जाती है, इसी तरीके से जो है वो अम्मू जो है वो ले जाती है, इस्था को ले जाती है. ठीक है, और फिर बाबा जो है वो अपने एक बच्चे को ले जाता है. नो, दे आर सेपरेटेड एंड देन इस्था जो है वो बाबा के साथ चला जाता है और अम्मू जो है वो उसको ले जाती
रहील
है,
अम्मू के साथ.
राहिल को. ठीक है, नाउ दे आर separated and they again together at M&M after 23 years. 23 साल बाद वो दोबारा इकट्ठे होते हैं. ठीक है, meanwhile राहिल is kicked out of many schools. अब देखिए ना, वो एडजस्ट नहीं हो सकती राहिल. And अम्मू dies when राहिल is 11. अम्मू मर जाती है. राहिल marries an American and lives in Boston, but then gets divorced and returns to M&M when she hears Estha is there. ठीक है, यानी अब देखें ना, ब्रोकन फैमिली सिस्टम और इन सारे मसाइल का हल ये हुआ है. आगे उसकी मैरिज भी सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुई राहिल की. वो उसकी माँ मर जाती है, उसका बाप वैसे तवज्जो नहीं देता, वो चला जाता है. और उसके बाद जब वो वापस आती है 23 साल बाद, उसको पता चलता है कि ईस्था जो है वो M&M आ चुका है, तो वो भी वहाँ वापस आ जाती है. द ट्विन्स आर रीयूनाइटेड इन 1993. ममाची हैज डाइड एंड बेबी कोचामा एंड द कुक, देयर इज अ माइनर कैरेक्टर कुक. ठीक है, अब ये सारे कैरेक्टर्स मर चुके हैं, मेजर कैरेक्टर जो पहले थे. They spent sorry Mamachi has died and baby Kochama and the cook spent all day watching TV. ममाची जो है, जो अम्मू की मदर है, वो मर चुकी है, लेकिन जो ग्रेट ग्रैंड मदर है वो अभी तक जिंदा है. ठीक है, द हिस्ट्री हाउस जहाँ वो पहले जाते थे. ठीक है, वो जहाँ वो जाते थे और रास्ते में उनकी वो जो है बच्ची वो डूब जाती है, सूफी. So the history house is now turned into a lavish hotel. ठीक है, और फिर इस स्टोरी का एंड कहाँ होता है कि ये दोनों बहन भाई इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं दोबारा से, एंड देन दे हैव सेक्स. बेसिकली दे सेटिस्फाई देयर इनर सेल्फ, that they are once again, then now they are together and then they will become another family. So that is all about the summary. Inshallah, in next lecture I will share with you all the rest of the
Excuse me,
theme
ma'am.